It's King Rick. Hey, I got a little question to sizzle for y'all. For y'all can, sizzle on it a little bit, for me. Have y'all ever seen the individuals that stand on the corner? Messed up hairdos, just tacky looking, you feel me? But they got a cardboard box with a sign on it, right? Alright, and that message, it ain't for soap and water. It's not for nothing that's actually beneficial to the other person or the other people that's passing by. You get what I'm saying? When they're not dressed well, then their health is gone. You get what I'm saying? And they're begging for somebody's finances that they're working hard for. Who else look like that walking around saying, we need this is what we need, this is what we want, and then place that same mentality in the relationships and friendships that they tried to sneak into? Food for thought. You get what I'm saying? And then the same type of individuals pretend that they know somebody that they don't know, but instead of telling that person whatever they've been feeling and not being passive aggressive about it, they'll sit back and tell everybody else. But if y'all notice, everything has been their own actions, what they've been showing, that they've been talking about. They've been talking about themselves. You feel me? So y'all keep moving forward and don't fund nothing for these toxic individuals. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, So let me take y'all to scripture. You feel me? Do this off the top. Matthew, right? Matthew chapter 24 talks about the end times. From the people that's trying to deceive, from all the children, you know what I mean, that's being awakened, called, that's gonna inherit the earth, you know what I mean, and all the drama that's happening towards the wicked, those who are trying to do wrong on the earth, and how their time is up. And not to worry, just don't make sure nobody deceives you. And it also says when the Son of Man comes, it's gonna be like lightning. Just like in John chapter 3, it's going to be like lightning in the sky. Do you get what I'm saying? It's going to be like light in the sky that shines on the east and it's visible on the west. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, it talks about wars, earthquakes, and all this stuff, like, you know what I mean? And not to worry. Not to worry. Remember, when you're reading scripture, it's present, past, and future. A lot of that stuff already happened. A lot of that stuff getting ready to happen. Like the castle to be rebuilt. You get what I'm saying? The castle's gonna be rebuilt. You know what I mean? There's world peace that's getting ready to happen. Do you get what I mean? So all the good stuff that's getting ready to happen, we're seeing all the bad stuff leaving and complaining as they going out the door. You feel me? Out of life. Scripture cannot be broken. This is why it was mentioned the way it was mentioned as well. Because to trick and confuse the wicked. That's it. That's all. It wasn't going to never confuse or trick y'all. Understand, it also is letting you know that the people that are condemned was already condemned already. I mean, it got worse for them, but they were already condemned, and they know that already. So imagine when somebody was hiding their true identity, their true self from you, and then turned around and tried to betray you, and then tried to make you look like they just acted. Now, moving forward, very next chapter, 25, talking about the 10 virgin story. The bridegroom is calling his brides, no doubt. You feel me? There is no man that has anything to do with having access to that list. That's all females. From the top of the government all the way down to the bottom of the government, because regardless of what anybody may say, You see how we come together? You see how we vote? You see how we do all this? Because we're a part of the government. There's a system in place. So this being a Christian country, this doing everything what we're doing, do you get what I'm saying? When you see individuals that don't know how to comb their stuff, that don't know how to take care of their hygiene, and that's saying that they're dating somebody, or they're pretending they're dating somebody, but you can clearly see they're dying. They got medical problems. They got a lot of problems and issues. You feel me? Understand, those are not legal informants. Like, they don't have a badge. These individuals were the ones that was talked about of trying to deceive somebody. Same individuals were passing around the pandemic when it was. And then they show us who they was, how they treated their own females. Right in public. Until those females get away from them, like, you know what I mean? Regardless, that's not a part of the 10 Virgins story. Because that has something to do with somebody that's another male, that's not the bridegroom. Males are not hanging around females trying to be in their business. That's out. That's out. You feel me? Like, nobody does that. On top of that, understand, right after that story links up with another story, another parable. I'm gonna make sense of it and break it down for you, about those who have the talent, the spiritual talents. And then the master that came along from a long journey. And then that the one that had the one talent, which represents 1% of the earth, lines up with the same identity. These individuals who claim to be stalkers, who claim to be, you know, all this informant stuff, all this weird stuff. You feel me? We don't got time for Richard Ramirez. He already gone. He got a citizen's arrest and never got out. You feel me? We don't got time for the night stalkers. You feel me? We don't got time for those the pestilence stalking in darkness. Psalms 91. You feel me? We getting our blessings. You feel me? And we seen it happen to them. The weird stuff, we seen it. You feel me? So understand, when they're, oh, he walks tough, he walks this, he walks, that just means they're weak. Why would you be looking anyway? And if you're afraid of somebody, why would you want to come around them anyway? You being afraid, and then you putting yourself in the wrong environment, and then you not getting no justice because you don't know the law. You're trying to use yourself as a punching bag, hoping you're going to get punched on, and all this other stuff's supposed to happen. Think about it. That's describing somebody that's scary. That's describing somebody that's not wise with money. Instead of doing anything, they hid everything. They hid it. Here, this is yours. Take it. Take what's yours. And what was said to them? You wicked and cruel servant. You lazy servant. If you knew I was a serious man, if you knew I reap where I did not sow, and all this other stuff, if you knew, lining up with everything, Romans chapter 1, verse 17 to 32, Jude chapter 1, if they knew all of this stuff already, they are without excuse. So if they knew, why didn't they go invest their talent in the bank, multiply it? So upon the return, there will be that and interest. They don't invest. They don't invest in themselves. They don't invest in anything. So we cannot fund them. Can't fund them. Not for the gas, not for their food. They can't even taste their own food. Can you imagine what people go through when they serving food? They getting it, they serving food, they doing what they do, and these individuals don't even, they're scared, but they hiding behind their words, they hiding behind their phone, they hiding behind some type of female or some child or some noise. That was the 1%. Everybody else multiplied their spiritual gifts, invested with themselves, invested with their family, invested with their community, invested with each other. Just some blessings and food for thought. You feel me? Break that down.